Hi, everybody. I'm Q, and welcome to a special tape. I'm kind of nervous making this video. The title of this video, I think, is Call Me When You Get Lost. Surprisingly enough, I think I will be talking about things that are kind of mundane and not real and don't really mean anything. I feel very shy about it, and I'm wondering if I even want to show my face in this, like even my virtual face. You know when you're just like really like, "Ooh." That's kind of how I feel. I took some time to think about this topic. Um, and so I've tried my best to redact any sort of like personal sort of information. I've kind of let it slip in a couple of my lives that some interesting things have been happening over the past 3 weeks, and it's given me a moment to pause. I thought maybe I should talk about this in some sort of Patreon instead, just because, like I said, I feel a bit shy and I'm not sure how to explain most of what I'm going to say, but essentially it comes down to this. I I don't mind I don't mind the mundane and things that maybe people feel like you shouldn't need to think about, and I don't mind getting lost. I don't mind getting lost in a sea of thoughts that aren't maybe possible or fantastical or you guys see I'm like really nervous. I don't mind getting kind of swept under the wings of things that are beyond my reality right now. Um that isn't to say I don't know, I'm not like saying that I'm doing opium or anything like that. Just like what does she mean? What is she talking about? But I don't mind kind of taking you guys into the world of things that we don't need to worry about. I don't mind talking about things that aren't real. I actually would love, I thought about it the other day as I was like scripting, some of the things that I've been working on, as you guys know, for the channel. And I was just laughing about it because I'm just like, how absolutely ridiculous. How ridiculous is it that like this world could possibly be just like, you know, terraforming itself due to things that are out of like normal consumers' control. And I'm here making a skit about SZA sitting in like some some detention center being being interrogated about freckles. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, and I love that. I love that. I love that idea of just nothingness. Okay, I'm gonna need to pause. I think I am crying. Some interesting series of events happened to me. I'm good, I'm safe. I feel like I sound kind of like sad, but okay, maybe I am tearing up. But I think I don't want to get into it. I think what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to express that I wouldn't mind, talking about things that don't really need to mean anything. I don't mind kind of, I don't know, taking breaks from things that are real. Um, the past 4 days, I've essentially spent watching K dramas, reading books, drawing art, writing the things that I've been talking about, having fun, going live, and just laughing and laughing and laughing. Um, and I love that. I love that a lot. I love this idea of like getting lost in something, you know? Um, I love this idea of like not caring. I love this idea of using the time that you have available when you're not having to work and survive to just kind of dream a little. And so I love it when we talk about things that just don't need to mean anything. I kind of, in terms of like where I see some commentary going, I think especially because some people really like some of the lives. I wouldn't mind having whole lives just talking about if you had superpowers and you became a supervillain, who would you be? For me, I think I'd be like a mix of like Lex Luthor. God, not Slade, but maybe Tara. I don't know. It's just like that was so fun. Which, by the way, I'm referencing a live that we actually did, and I put timestamps in that video, so I'm pretty sure you can find it. I think it's like on a DaBaby video or something like that. But I love that. I love that so much. I I got out of like maybe one could consider like a slump, and I was just watching all these things. I didn't even listen to music, you know what I mean? I was just like reading all these like books and watching all these shows and all this like animation, and I just for the first time I just didn't care. I didn't care. And I love that. And I kind of want to admit that, which is why I feel really shy talking about this. I'm okay. I'm okay. I know like sometimes when people hear people kind of, voice a little shaky, it's kind of hard to hear what they're talking about because it's just like, dang, should I cry? Like, should I cry? Like, why is she crying? Is she okay? Like, I'm okay. I think I feel like a little bit emotional about it. Because I've said this before, it's hard for me to talk about. It's hard for me to talk to other people about what I feel to be optimism, what people have told me to be. You're unrealistically optimistic, and I've realized that maybe that's okay. And so, if I'm like optimistic about things, if I'm optimistic about things that, for all intents and purposes, might be very hard to accomplish or to happen, I think it's okay, you know. And I think for now, that's my answer. I think it's okay that I'm optimistic about things that I'm not sure what will change, I think more so to maintain not like my goodwill. I would like to say it's my patience because I do run out of patience. I don't get me wrong. Like I think I'm maybe optimistic, but very cynical. I'm very cynical, which you guys hear as well, which is why sometimes I do kind of ponder and I do kind of hypothesize around things that I've seen, but also, as you guys know, I've read. I don't mind if you get lost with me. I would love for us to all just get lost. I think kind of detaching myself from reading anything, even listening to music, which you guys know I'm obsessed with. It's like, very few people I would say make music where I feel like I can kind of, or like they don't talk about anything. I think Tierra Whack comes to mind, which I love that. I love this idea of like, who cares? I want to talk about fruits and vegetables. I want to lay in a bathtub and talk about things in museum that come alive at night, like reference to the, I think, Night in the Museum movie. Like, I love that. I think that's so cool. I think that we all, Victoria Justice, I think it would be fun. I think that if you guys have the chance to kind of get lost and remove yourself from things that I feel don't matter. I feel don't matter, but obviously we might need to survive. It's not we might. I'm talking, listen, we at the labor class, like, we need to survive. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not here to remove whatever resolve that you guys have or anybody has to survival because that's not real of me to say. I'm just saying that I liked it a lot. To say that I didn't care was such a great feeling. To say that I didn't care about anything at all, it's something that I feel like I haven't said in a long, long time. And I feel like people who are older listening to this are just like, oh, you haven't seen anything yet, which I don't care. Also, I will block you. I don't like saying that either, but like, I hope nobody comes in here and kind of goes off the rails. Hopefully I was able to explain what I'm saying clear enough so that nobody thinks that, I would really like if people kind of get lost with me. Maybe we don't need to be hyperbolic about things sometimes. I will. But when I mean hyperbolic in this sense, I think don't take me as seriously as I'm kind of expressing this, which is why I had to add these clarifying details. Get lost with me. Get lost with me. I love making these lives. I think actually this video will play when I'm live and we can talk about it, but kind of talking about it now makes me feel very, very shy, and I will feel very, very nervous needing to explain myself. After playing this video and then talking live within a live, which is something I can do with my software, I think I will feel really like, cheeks kind of red. My cheeks don't get red, but I'm just saying, like, well, with this Delta and Lambda variant, let me stop. Let me stop. But, you know, I think I feel like a little bit too shy after making something like this. So I think this will just be a video that I post on its own. Um, I don't mind if you guys get lost with me. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to just not care. If you guys want to talk about superheroes one day, like, I would love to do that. If you guys want to talk about what your favorite show of Teen Titans were, let's do that. If you guys want to talk about, oh my gosh, why you feel like everything in Gravity Falls is real, let's do that. I don't know. The title of this video, and I think where I'll leave all of us, is Call Me When You Get Lost. Let's do it. Bye.